married to decent times, but this girl's got you on her mind. Something about your walk, talk, smile so bright, kinda something like my kryptonite. I'm not easy, believe me, but I know what I want. You're special, original, so let's have some fun. You're staring and I'm daring, I'm so ready to go. Bring your body real close to me, pour a lot of romance. What's your fantasy? You and me tonight. Let's let the train. You and me tonight. Rock news. You and me tonight, baby.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Phoenix Novell, and thank you for tuning into another Musicians on Gigs episode. Now, in this episode, I'm going to let you guys know what it was like working in Morocco. Now, I worked in Agadir, Marrakesh, and Casablanca, and hands down, without a doubt, my favorite place performing was Marrakesh. The first time I was there, it was amazing. The second time I was there, actually, I wasn't living the 5-star life, so I definitely saw some things that I was like, I was not a big fan of Casablanca. Casablanca seemed ratchet to me. I know that some people might be watching this like, hey, I live there. I'm in Casablanca. But I wasn't really feeling a gig in Casablanca or the overall energy. It's where I saw this guy just straight up smack a girl in the street, and they were speaking Arabic, so I didn't understand what was being said. But that was the first time I ever seen something like that overseas. Where just like, and she was laughing or kind of like giggling. She wasn't like, oh my God. It was just like, he was just like, psh. And so I was definitely taken aback by kind of like the way that I saw a lot of the men treat the women. Okay. I experienced on one side of it was so confusing to me the first time that I went. I think was 20. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember exactly which year it was, but I remember like they had McDonald's. There was just this. There was something I felt about being in Morocco, specifically Casablanca, because I felt like it was both modern and I was back in the biblical times. If that makes any sense. It was like on one side of the street you'll see McDonald's, right? Fast food restaurants. And another side of the street you'll see this guy straight walking a donkey, and the donkey has all of this man's possessions on his humps. Or the camel. He was walking a camel, not a donkey. And the camel was just so dusty, dirty. I mean, they got the desert out there and everything, but I was just like, now mind you, we were on a street, like with cars. And McDonald's is on one side of the street, and then there's like roads, like legit roads, not trails, and sandy deserts. It was a street, like a bare street with sidewalks on the side, and this guy was walking in the street with his camel and a string around the camel's, mouth, and had so much stuff on top of this camel. And I was thinking to myself, this doesn't seem right. It seems like somebody put a split screen together and had two different times just kind of like sharing one reality. I don't know, but it was so interesting to me because there was such a diverse group of people there, and everybody spoke at least 3 languages. I thought that was pretty impressive. I mean, Spanish, French, and Arabic. I heard everybody. They was just interchanging like this, and I was like, that is pretty impressive. I've been trying to learn Thai for the last 8 years. Still ain't taken. But like, that was the cool thing about Morocco, I'd say. Gig life in Morocco, they party. They party. And they party like I know most of you seen the Matrix. They party like they partied in Zion. The underworld. I mean, just like enjoying life, no tomorrow, we gonna have fun, anything goes kind of thing. And some of the most beautiful people that I've ever seen in my life. The darkest skin, the caramel skin, the shades. I think blended is the most. I think mixed race is just beautiful. People mingling together and like, you know, creating multicultural, biracial children. I think that it's beautiful. It shows us how amazing we are together. Connectivity. But the first time I went, I was living in a 5-star hotel, which was like 7-star. It was beautiful. I was working at the Sofitel. And I mean, just spectacular, everything. Second time I went back, yeah, it was nothing like that. And we didn't stay at the hotel. My band actually had an apartment that wasn't too far from the place that we worked. But if you didn't walk with each other, most likely you would probably be in a situation where you could possibly get robbed, or if you're by yourself as a woman, you know, guys may come up to you. And you know, I never experienced anything where I felt like I wasn't safe personally, but my other bandmates have, you know, where they've been just straight up robbed or straight up assaulted or something like that because they were walking by themselves, or they were walking in a shady neighborhood or whatever, or people saw that they were the band and foreigners and tried to take advantage. So Morocco was not the best experience in terms of gig life, I'd say. But my first time being there, I think I stayed in the hotel predominantly. So for the most part, I was very sheltered from what was happening outside. But when I did go out to, let's say, Carrefour or some kind of convenience store or department store, when I would take their cabs or rideshare kind of situation, I didn't realize with them, it's like, listen, anybody who going that way, I'm going to stop for them. It wasn't just, oh, you paid for this taxi and they told you it was going to be this cost. No, they getting all the fares that lead up to where you getting off at. And it ain't negotiable. Like, that was my experience anyway, where I just felt like it was prison rules. No, it was just anything goes. It was like, hey, you know, I'm going to catch this fare. I'm going to get what I can. You can tip me, but you know, I'm getting this money. Ain't no exclusivity over here, basically. Agadir was like, it was like, to me, it was what Beijing is to China. It was like the business area. I think it's the capital. I could be wrong, but I think it's the capital of Morocco. But yeah, I think so. I think it's Agadir. It could be Marrakesh, but I think it's Agadir. But Agadir was very sterile to me. That's the word I want to use. You know, I didn't feel like it was as alive as Marrakesh, or bougie as Marrakesh, or as gritty as Casablanca. You know, in Casablanca, like I said, anything goes. Marrakesh, it was high, so it was high class. You know, you'll see the most beautiful dresses and suits and cars and just fabulous, like royalty damn near looking like. Yeah. I think my favorite place to perform actually was in Marrakesh as well. To be fair, the venue in Casablanca was more of a pub kind of bar, opposed to a club setting. But still, I mean, it was the same, under the same contract. We kind of did a circuit when we was out there in Morocco. And for those of you who are anticipating or considering a contract out there, I would say, number one, don't expect, just because, like, I'm talking to everybody out there, if you're not from there, don't expect that they will have what you need for your hair, for your skin. Bring everything you need with you, because they just don't carry it. I don't care. Even being in Marrakesh with the 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, they don't carry it. So do yourself a favor so that you don't have to spend a ridiculous amount of money getting stuff shipped over there because you thought, because they had a Walmart-esque type of store, that they would have what you need. Trust and take it from me. And don't expect to borrow it from somebody else too, because if they can't get it there, they probably ain't going to share. And stay together. Like, stay with your band. Travel with your band. On your days off, be together. Don't trust anybody at all to get you where you gotta go by yourself. If you can speak the language, French, Spanish, or Arabic, be ready with some kind of dictionary or some kind of Google Translate ready, because it'll serve you better to be able to communicate with them. Most of them spoke English as well for the most part, but there were a few taxis that I took where it was just like, if you don't speak either of these languages, I can't help you, right? Figure out the currency. Figure out exactly what the conversion rate is for, your hometown and where you're coming from, so that you're not surprised. Because I was surprised a couple times, not understanding how much I was spending and how much I was making. So that was my overall experience of working in Morocco. If you guys have any topic ideas, if you guys have any questions, or if you want to be interviewed by me, I would like you to email me at musiciansongigs@gmail.com. musiciansongigs@gmail.com. Once again, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Peace.